Hello there, my friend, and welcome to Disney Travel Secrets. We are your hosts, Rob Kerri Stuart, and we are here in the CMV studio in Disney's backyard, Windermere, Florida. This is episode number 454, original air date October 27th, 2025.
And on this episode, as the title suggests, we're going to show you how to be a VIP at Disney.
Like VIP access, watching the parade from a private location, and also catching the fireworks from the perfect spot, all in the same day.
And you'd never wait in a single line, right? So cool. Plus, you get private transportation backstage when you go from park to park.
That's exactly what we just did with our Disney private VIP tour. But here's the real question.
Is it worth the price tag? And also, how does it compare to the new Premier Lightning Lane?
Today, we're breaking down everything you need to know to be a VIP, specifically at Walt Disney World.
So take it away, Hugh.
Hello, my friends. This is former Disney Imagineer Hugh Darley, and you're listening to Disney Travel Secrets with my friends Rob and Kerri Stuart. As you can imagine, I have plenty of Disney secrets myself, and I can't wait to share them with you. Let's get this show on the road. Take it away, guys.
And we're back. We are fresh off of an amazing afternoon at Walt Disney World with some friends and also Hugh, and we can't wait to tell you all about it. The last time we did a private VIP tour was during Walt Disney World's 50th.
It was on the 50th.
It was on,
Yeah.
That's right. We did it on the 50th. And again, our friend Mike was with us, came down from Minnesota, more on that. What made this so special was walking the parks with former Imagineer Hugh Darley and some very, very close friends.
Okay, but before we get into that, Disney has announced the dates for Festival of the Arts, which is the shortest festival, with it being just 36 days. And it's also the one, though, that usually you're going to get the best and coolest weather here in Orlando.
It's also usually the one where we spend the most money.
I know, it is.
And you won't figure out why until a few minutes. So those dates are January 16th to February 23rd in 2026. That is really short.
It is.
We didn't see any new announcements, but what is new each year are the different art collections. And we're hoping we don't see Noah Fine Art this year.
I know, right?
Because we've been buying things from him ever since we moved up here from St. Petersburg.
I know, but our collection is growing and it's lovely.
It is.
Now, you know, we've said that every year since we've moved up here to Orlando in 2022, we have mentioned that we do keep buying art from his booth. We love it.
We also do have more wall space at this new house, so maybe that's part of it. I don't know.
I don't think so. That's just justifying.
And this year's my favorite piece so far. It was a signed and numbered canvas wrap. So very exclusive, and we got number 18 of 295 pieces, so pretty rare.
Now, I am hoping for this year, though, that they add some new photo spots. They've had the same ones, it seems like, forever, and maybe a new food offering or two. That would be really nice.
Yeah, they do tend to repeat a few things.
Yeah. So here's our pro tip. If you plan to come during the festival, study up on that festival guide.
Yep.
It's on the app, and then just have your must-dos in mind. And it's a great festival for food, art, and performances. And you know, one thing I was thinking that they don't have, which would be amazing, what if they had authors who had Disney-centric books there?
I like that idea.
I think that would be amazing.
Yeah. Also announced was America's 250th anniversary. So this kicks off Veterans Day, and it's going to run through July 4th weekend. Part of the big announcement was the summer 2026 opening of Soarin' Across America. They timed these things out.
Okay, so I saw some fun things online. And a lot of people were kind of doing little hoaxes on it as far as what was going to be featured in the Soarin' Across America. I am looking forward to it, though. And in fact, we secured a room at the Polynesian for the 250th on that July 4th weekend.
That is going to be fun. And this next year, the 4th of July Concert in the Sky will run all holiday weekend, July 3rd through the 5th, at both Walt Disney World and Disneyland. So start making your plans like right now.
Yeah, no, spaces are filling up. It's like been crazy, but I think it's nice that now we're not going to have just 2 nights, but we're going to have 3. They're taking full advantage of the 4th of July weekend.
Of course they are. And Disney really is fun for any type of celebration. We think it's going to be a pretty special one for America's 250th birthday. Happy birthday, America.
Now, as we have mentioned, we are coming off fresh from doing our private Disney VIP tour just yesterday.
Fresh, but a little worn out.
From the date that we recorded it. And once again, I absolutely love these.
To be clear, VIP tours at Disney are only available through Disney. If you're thinking of saving money and trying to book a third-party company, be careful. Disney outlawed those a couple years ago. So the only way to do it is through Disney Direct.
Yes. And so for our tour, we chose to do a later afternoon start because we knew we wanted to see the fireworks from the Hubgrass viewing area, which you can only do when your tour ends in Magic Kingdom 30 minutes before fireworks. Super important.
We know what you're thinking. That sounds expensive. What about this new Premier Lightning Lane thing?
Yeah, so today we're going to give you the complete breakdown. VIP tours versus Premier Lightning Lane, when to book, ideal group size, and what perks you actually get.
We spent the day with our guide, Elena. We were talking, Carrie and I were talking with Mark. Was it Elena? So let's call her Elena because that's how it's spelled. And again, we had a group of 7 people. And let me tell you, it was an incredible experience. And we definitely have pro tips to share if you're thinking about doing your own private VIP tour.
Okay, so Disney now has 2 premium options to skip the lines. So let's go over what they are. You have the Premium Lightning Lane, and that one's a newer option. Basically, you purchase this one through the My Disney Experience app, and it gives you a one-time Lightning Lane access to every participating attraction in a single park for that day.
Exactly. So notice she said single park, no park hopping, because you will be buying this, for each park if you want to do it. It's completely digital, no guide, no special access. You're just using the Lightning Lane entrances that already exist.
And depending on the park and the day, it can cost anywhere from $129 to $499 per person. And so you can guess Magic Kingdom is the one with the most attractions. So that one's going to be on the higher end, Animal Kingdom on the lower end. And the prices will go up and down depending on the exact date, just like the private VIP tour prices change as well.
And I think some people may be surprised that the cost of this tour doesn't include your park ticket, and it is per person. So remember that. Now, a VIP tour is completely different. You get a private Disney guide. They wear those distinctive plaid vests for the girls, and I think the guys sometimes either wear the vest or they have the little...
Yeah, it's the tartan pattern on their shirt. Yeah.
And they stay with you for a minimum of 7 hours, but they do max out at 10.
And this is where it gets interesting. The tour is going to start at $450 to $950 per hour. Again, depending upon the season, although I haven't seen the $450 per hour price in a very long time, which means it's probably going to be for some few dates. Most that I've seen are going to start around the $650 to $700 an hour. That $450 has to be just because they pick a couple dates just to say that it starts as low as. I don't know.
It sounds like a Disney conspiracy to me.
It could be.
We're saying that because we have the upgraded version on the Tesla, whatever the
We'll have to do like a web series on that. So
and it's called
you can
Grok,
learn more.
And we put Grok in conspiracy mode, and she tells us
and
all
we'll
the
ask
crazy
about
things.
Disney.
Yes.
Yeah. No, we'll have to do a separate video on that one.
Yep. I'll only do that when you have a lot of time because she'll talk a lot. Now, again, that's not per person. That's for your entire group. So up to 10 people, and you will want to tip your guide, of course.
Yeah. So if you have 7 people like we did, you can then split that cost. Now, the math will change dramatically depending upon the number of people you have. And strategically, we did the minimum hours.
Here's what you get with a VIP tour that you don't get with Premier Lightning Lane. A personal guide who will help customize your entire day, backstage access.
Which means you're not just using Lightning Lane entrances only. Sometimes you're often going to enter through cast member areas, backstage routes, and go through exits that the regular guests never get to see.
Like over at the Haunted Mansion, we got to see the cool service hallway, and then we just walked right onto the ride.
Like walked right on. That was amazing.
It's like they were waiting for us.
And then also you can have park hopping. And it's super, super seamless with a VIP tour. So on ours, we hit 3 parks in one day. Now, in the past, when we've done the VIP tours, we have done 4 parks in one day. But don't think that because you have a VIP guide, you're going to want to ride or could even ride every single attraction. Pick your must-dos and then just trust the process with your guide.
Doing all 4 parks with or without a guide is still going to be pretty taxing. So,
yes.
But your guide handles everything. They grab your snacks, they pick up your mobile orders, like for food while you're on the rides, get you into exclusive viewing areas for parades and fireworks, and help you take the shortcuts in the park like we did over at Magic Kingdom on our way back to Tron. Backstage, no Main Street madness.
Yeah, that was so nice. And here's the thing. They also have insider knowledge about what's running well that day and what's going down and the best time to hit certain attractions.
With Premier Lightning Lane, you're on your own. You're still navigating the parks yourself or your party. You're still figuring out strategies. You're still standing in Lightning Lane queues, which, by the way, can still be 20 to 30 minutes sometimes during those peak times.
Yeah. So when does each one of these make sense for you?
Premier Lightning Lane is great if you're a solo traveler or maybe a couple and you're comfortable navigating Disney independently. You know your way around and you mainly want to hit the major attractions without the big wait times.
Yeah. So VIP tours, though, make sense when you have a group and when you want that customized experience, or I would say when you're celebrating something special, or maybe you have very limited time and you really want to maximize everything.
And you can also create your group with friends and families whose schedules, all line up. And we were lucky and we personally knew everyone on our tour and they're all frequent Disney park visitors. I think the person who goes the least is probably Hugh.
It was Hugh, yeah.
He has an annual pass now. So we know what the attractions and rides are and no one was very picky and we all worked very well together.
Yeah, definitely made a difference. So if you try to add maybe some strangers to your group online, you could end up with, let's just say, someone who maybe doesn't want to go at your pace or they want to continuously stop for food and drinks, which is a complete waste of time on this tour. You're paying valuable money.
Oh, yeah. I know a travel agent who, after we did one of our VIP tours, he put one together, but it was people that follow him on social media or whatever. And like one or two people in the party decided they want to do a sit-down lunch in the middle of the tour.
Yeah, he was so frustrated with it. And I was like, well.
Those can be very expensive meals.
Yes, because they had to all kind of wait for each other. So not a good idea.
So you're interested in booking a VIP tour? Here's what you need to know.
So first, you can book up to 60 days in advance. And we highly recommend booking as early as possible, especially if you're going during peak seasons. Like right now, the holidays, you can book into those and they're probably already filling up. And some of the peak like holiday weekends or during the summer, there's usually pretty good availability, but not like around 4th of July. So stay on top of it. And this is also why it's valuable to be staying at a Disney resort because you can book 60 days for your entire stay starting from your arrival date. So that's huge.
Yes. Plus, you'll be calling Disney VIP tour services yourself. They'll work with you on your ideal date and what you want to experience. Or to make it even easier, you can call us and skip that completely. We'll take care of it.
Yeah, that wait time is no joke over there. They are super, super busy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about your group size. So we mentioned the maximum is 10 people, but here's kind of our take on this.
Well, 7 was perfect.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. You're small enough to move quickly, but large enough that the cost is really reasonable when you split it up.
On the flip side of that, we have clients that like it's a husband and wife and a small child. They do them all the time when they're here.
Yeah, they do.
Yes. Plus, not everyone has to do everything. Some of our group didn't want to ride Guardians of the Galaxy. I may have been one of those.
Which was totally fine. So our guide pointed out a place to sit, and then we would all meet up after. And then since we were in the Lightning Lane, we did get through fairly quickly. Yeah. But keep in mind with Guardians, it is a longer ride in general, usually about 25 minutes. So work with your guide if you want to maximize the number of rides, maybe not just the quality of rides. It depends on your personal goal.
I think that flexibility is key. If you have someone in your group who doesn't love thrill rides or maybe has mobility concerns, they can opt out of specific attractions without slowing everyone down.
Yeah, and here are our biggest tips for planning. Number 1, eat breakfast or lunch before your tour starts.
Yes, you do want to maximize the attractions and don't use your tour time for a sit-down breakfast or lunch, as I mentioned a few minutes ago. That would make an expensive meal even more costly. So grab something quick, fuel up, hit the ground running.
Yeah, so we enjoyed Brown Derby before our tour, and it was perfect. So the same thing works for lunch. And, one of the things that's kind of cool, though, is throughout your tour, you do have access to some snacks. And usually these are backstage when you're hopping between the parks. And so you can just pick up as many as you want. And so that's kind of nice. In your VIP guide, you can always send them to pick up quick service or grab like a Mickey pretzel. So it definitely, you have opportunities to eat. Just don't waste your whole day using that time.
I agree. So speaking of snacks, before 5 p.m., your guide will have water and snacks available. But after 5 p.m., they'll help you with dining, but the snack service stops. I'm not even sure why, but it does.
I know. And it's just like it's chips and they had some granola bars, some energy bars.
Bottled water.
some bottled water. Yeah, you could get bottled water pretty much any time from your guide throughout, but it was just those little snacks and little things of popcorn, super simple to just pick up and enjoy. Okay, here's pro tip number 2. Set up your mobile order account before your tour.
I know this is huge because our host would literally grab our mobile orders while we were on the attractions. We'd get off a ride and she'd hand us our food. No waiting.
Yeah, I think at one point we were getting ready for the Starlight Parade and some of the group wanted to order dinner from Casey's Corner because it was, we were getting towards the end. And so she said, just place your order. And then I remember Mike on ours, he's like, it's like 29 minutes before they're going to be ready. She goes, don't worry about it. I'm going to stop over. I'm going to say, hey, we have our VIP group. You could expedite these orders. She dropped us off at the train station, walked all the way back, grabbed the orders, and then brought them back. I thought that was pretty cool.
That is what I call very good service.
It's called VIP service.
VIP is what it is, yes.
Okay, tip number 3, wear comfortable shoes because we're taking some serious walking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we did a lot.
You'll easily get in your 10,000 steps in one day, but your guide knows shortcuts and backstage routes, so they try to save steps when possible, which also saves time. I would say 9 out of 10 time when we're at Disney, if it's not going to rain, I'm in flip-flops.
Yeah.
For this one, I definitely wore tennis shoes.
Aren't you glad you did?
I'm very glad.
But again, trust your guide.
I know this is so important because she steered us away from Remy's Ratatouille Adventure because she knew it had been going down frequently the time we were there.
Yeah, which we totally appreciated because it would have been a bummer to walk all the way back there, waste that time, even though she said we could drive back there. And so we could have insisted. She would have been fine with that. But these guides have real-time information and experience of how long it takes for rides to get back up.
Also, if you love Disney trivia and history like we do, make sure and tell your guide they have incredible knowledge and stories. Something else that's very important that Elena told us, a lot of people get dehydrated because they're constantly on the go and trying to do everything. So make sure you stay hydrated, especially during those summer months.
Yeah. So she shared so much throughout the day that I felt like it made the experience even richer. But we also were able to have things a little plussed up because we did have Hugh Darley, the former Imagineer, as part of our group.
That was something that's hard to put into words and also hard to put a value on because he's such a good guy.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's walk you through our actual day.
So we started at Hollywood Studios and our guide met us right at the front entrance.
So the first stop, Rise of the Resistance, and this is where you immediately see the VIP difference. We entered through the Lightning Lane entrance. The posted wait time was like 85 minutes. We walked on in less than 5.
Yeah, that was crazy. And then after Rise, we headed over to Slinky Dog Dash. And again, we got in the Lightning Lane for that one. But I feel like when we got there, we went through the line, we got a little special attention when they were like, where would you like to sit? Okay, and this is where the strategy comes in. Your Disney VIP guide knows exactly how to route you through the parks to maximize that efficiency. And there was going to be no backtracking or wasted time.
That really is the key because you can say, I want to do this ride and I want to do this ride over here. And maybe you want to do them in a certain order. And your guide will say, no, it's more efficient if we do. This is all about service and saving time.
Yes.
So then we park hop over to Epcot with our VIP transportation backstage that put us right behind Guardians.
Yeah, that was really, really cool. Now, with the Premier Lightning Lane, park hopping doesn't work because you can't do it unless you're going to buy that extra ticket. So if you do want to park hop and get on rides quick, then what's going to happen is you are just going to rely on Lightning Lanes, which you're very limited with. Yeah. So keep that in mind if this is the vacation you're trying to plan is to get on everything, but to do park hopping won't work with the Premier Pass.
With VIP, it really is seamless. So we got to Epcot, headed straight to Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind.
Yeah, and that one normally requires you to be in standby or the individual Lightning Lane or Premier. But with VIP, she dropped us right off at the Lightning Lane.
Exactly. No worry about missing your time. And this ride is incredible if you haven't done it. We've done it so many times, and sometimes it makes me a little dizzy. So I skipped it and just waited for them outside.
Yeah. So after Guardians, we hit Test Track. And this is where her knowledge really stood out.
She was sharing stories about Epcot's evolution, behind the scenes details about Test Track development. And then when we were with Hugh, of course, he shared his stories of building the park and even let her in on a few Disney tips and history.
Yeah, he was talking about how, yep, the building's still the same. I recognize those seams, and it was fun to see him see the refreshed. But now keep in mind, it's not just about the rides. You are getting this enriched experience with someone who knows Disney inside and out, and that is your guide.
And remember, I said she suggested that we skip Remy.
Yeah, she saved us easily 45 minutes of frustration because the ride had been going down multiple times, and she had real-time intel from other guides and cast members.
And that really is the value. She's not just a guide, she's strategizing your entire day for you.
So then we headed to Magic Kingdom, again, backstage, and this is where the day got even better.
We rode Tron, which is still one of the hardest virtual queue attractions to get.
Yeah, it really is. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train after that, and then get this, Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean, all with backstage or that Lightning Lane entrance.
Now, we could have added Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Yeah, but I think we all made a choice at that time. We decided we'd rather save our energy for the Starlight Parade and fireworks.
And this goes back to the flexibility. She laid out our options, and we chose what mattered the most to us and our friends that are with us.
Yeah, and that makes a big difference. Okay, so get this. For the Starlight Parade, she took us straight to the train station.
This is a VIP exclusive viewing area. You're elevated so you have a perfect view, and you're not crammed in with crowds, because we all know what happens. People start running to get to the fireworks.
Yeah, but you know what? I thought this was super magical for the parade, and one person in our group even said that was the highlight of the day. And she had seen the parade before, but not from this view. And I kind of felt the same because I've seen the parade, but once we were a little bit above, first of all, the parade comes right to you because they do start right at the town square area, but you could see everything. And what I really liked were the cast members. They're a little more, I think, trained to wave, like the characters to wave to people who are up in the train station. So we had some great interaction.
And then for Happily Ever After.
Yeah, so she walked us. We didn't even have to walk down Main Street. So we took a little back entrance and ended up on the hub grass. And we had so much space, great views, the fireworks and the projections on the castle, and of course the music. There's nothing like it when it is close up. And the way the wind was blowing that night, we even had ash coming down on us. That was new. I've never had that. But, you know, throughout the whole thing, she was doing all the logistics and just making sure everyone was comfortable.
Well, and our friend Hugh, who's been going to Disney since the 80s, was even saying he learned things that he never knew.
Yeah, and that's the experience. It's not just about skipping lines, although that was super amazing.
Yeah.
It really is about having someone curate your entire day, and it makes it stress-free.
But wait, there's more. Of course there is. Let's talk about the perks beyond just the attraction access.
Yeah, so of course there's the backstage access, which was one of our favorite parts. I mean, you get to see areas of the regular park that guests never experience, but you can't take pictures.
That is true. They're very strict with that.
Yes, they are.
Because we would get kicked out and she would get fired.
Yeah, we don't want that to happen.
You're walking through corridors, seeing cast members preparing for their shows, and really getting a peek behind the magic.
Yeah, so, you know, one of the things was when we were standing up on the train station and the Lightning Parade, or the Starlight Parade, they were getting ready to send that out. One of the VIP tour guides is like, hey, look over there in between City Hall and then the other building that's next to it. And you could see the staging and the lights were all starting to go up. And I was just like, that's kind of cool. It felt very behind the scenes. You would never see that when you're sitting down on Main Street.
And guess what they have? And I did not know this. I don't know if it's new. We just never knew. They have exclusive merchandise opportunities. And
they call them shopportunities.
Shopportunities. And yes, we all spent money on VIP things you can only get when you're on a VIP tour. Our friend Mike, who's also one of our CMV agents, came all the way down from Minnesota just for this tour.
Yeah, so he bought the special VIP Mickey ears and also got a plush.
And this is the reason you want to watch this on YouTube. I bought this exclusive VIP polo shirt.
It's really nice. And what's kind of cool about it is it has a very subtle pattern of the tartan.
It's very thin too.
Very thin, perfect for Florida. And then I'm going to do show and tell here. So I got the VIP, this is the Lug water bottle, which is kind of cool. And again, this is just exclusive merchandise that makes you feel a little bit special. That's all. You do pay for it though.
Guess who else does this? Disney Cruise Line when you're in concierge.
They do. And they're right now they have about 13 items. And this is a fairly new thing that they started, I think, in the recent past year. you do get a special VIP pin. And so that's pretty cool as well. Because don't you think you deserve to be a VIP?
Of course.
Of course. Now, if you are a Disney enthusiast, this store is just super, super fun. But also on the tour, you get to learn little things of trivia and historical details. And what I always tell people when you do this tour is let your guide or your travel agent alert them in advance what you're super excited about. Because if you want a guide who is really big on trivia and is going to point things out, they will make sure that you match them up with somebody. If you want somebody who's really good with the little young kids, they will make sure they have the right guide for you.
Okay, so the big question is, should you book a VIP tour? The answer is yes.
Of course. Now, especially if you're traveling with a group, especially 6 or more people, well, up to 10, the math can make sense. If you have limited time and you want to see multiple parks in one day, this is a good choice.
If you're celebrating something special, maybe it's a milestone birthday, anniversary, a honeymoon, and you want it to feel extra magical.
Yeah. And if anybody in your group has mobility concerns or needs a more relaxed pace with guaranteed access, this is a great option.
Or if you're just a Disney fanatic who wants the insider experience.
And again, Premier Lightning Lane makes more sense if you are a solo and you don't really care for those single rider lines because you want to go on all of them. Or maybe you're just a couple. Or if budget is a major concern, you could split the VIP cost, get some friends, or just really get to know those lightning lanes, but it's not going to be the same. Not even close.
Not even close. If you're confident in navigating the parks on your own and just want to skip the standby lines, that's when Premier Lightning Lane makes more sense.
Yeah, or if you have multiple days and you can spread out your park visits just to reduce the stress on trying to do it all.
For us, the VIP tour was worth every penny, and yes, we'll do it again.
Yeah, and I think with 7 people, the cost per person was kind of comparable to Premier Lightning Lane if
Kind of.
You'd have to add them
word.
up for all the 3 parks for one day. But the experience, though, is exponentially better.
Well, we rode 10 major attractions, visited 3 parks, and we had exclusive parade and fireworks viewing, and we learned a lot. We really did.
Yeah, we do want to give a couple of shout outs, though. And one is to Taylor, who was up at the train station. She's the one that we had our picture with her and 2 other of the VIP hosts a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And we took the picture and couldn't see her name tag. So Taylor, you're awesome. Thanks. We were so glad to see you.
And a huge thank you to our guide, Elena. An unforgettable day. And really, to Hugh, it was so fun to hear his stories, but also fun to see him experience new things at Disney. So our private VIP tour with Hugh was about 7 hours long. Now, imagine spending 6 days and 5 nights with you and your group of friends on our Adventures by Disney to Disneyland and Southern California with you.
It's kind of a similar experience. And you know what? Hugh is not just a former Imagineer. He used to also be the art director at Disneyland. So imagine walking down Main Street with a former Disneyland art director. He told us on this tour, he was one of a very few people who actually got to drive his personal vehicle down Main Street at Disneyland. Crazy.
This specific trip is September 13th of next year, 2026. We'd love to have you join us.
Yeah, so drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this helpful, give us a thumbs up, 5-star review, and also subscribe for more from Disney Travel Secrets. And we cannot wait to help you plan your next VIP tour. So please reach out to us at Creating Magic Vacations.
So booking for these VIP tours, again, as we mentioned, does open 60 days out like all advanced reservations. And we've learned on peak days, they'll have up to 100 tours a day, and yet they still fill up all the time. I found that to be crazy that they can even do that many in a day.
Yeah, it is absolutely amazing, but it was so great. And we hope this inspired you to try something new for yourself. So save up and just do it.
Until next time, have a magical day.
We hope to see you real soon.